What's going on, guys? It's Colin again here for NextGenTactics, and I'm bringing you some shotgun gameplay. I'm using the SPAS-12, and this was actually requested by a user, and ironically, I had gotten this gameplay just before he requested seeing some shotgun gameplay, so I figured I'd post it. And this is the streak to end one round of deathmatch on Isla Inocentes, followed by a complete second round. So this was kind of nice when a plan comes together. I booby-trap the tank and go running around looking for some kills, and then I actually hear the tank go up, and I am able to detonate it and destroy the vehicle. So my little trap worked, and that's something that I always like to do if I have C4. I'll toss a couple of sticks on the tank and run away. I never like to use the tank on the map unless I'm in a situation where the other teams are just totally camping out, and what we've done is actually use the tank and run around in order to bait enemies to basically come out of cover to try and take us down and kill them when they do. So that can be a fun tactic, but that's not what I use here in this game. And with this kit, I actually find that I like using buckshot for the close quarters. I try and keep myself within close quarters, but I also make liberal use of my handgun. So in this game, I'm actually running the M1911. I finished off my Platinum Star for the MP443 and decided to start working on the 1911. So this is actually complete round 2, and I think the final score is like 19-4 or something, and I'm actually running with my buddy Jay Kaiser, so we're kind of competing for kills in this game. And after I got this video ready to commentate, I actually also got a pretty good game of deathmatch on heavy metal with this exact same setup, and I go 29 and 9 maybe, something like that. So, leave a thumbs up or a comment if you actually want to see some more of this type of gameplay. I like using squad deathmatch if I'm talking about something that's not quite on the topic of the tactics and strategies that I'm using, because when I'm when I'm commentating over a rush game, I always seem to feel compelled to talk about the gameplay, and in squad deathmatch I can kind of stumble a little bit off topic, and I don't find that it loses anything in the shuffle. So right here I'm just trying to get right back in the action and take myself a nice set of shiny gold dog tags. And, I'll talk about this kit a little bit more, I think, if I do put up the heavy metal video. But I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about the video I put up a few days ago just regarding information about Battlefield 3. And got a mixed reaction to that, and I had made some comments around, prone being in the game and not being a veteran of Battlefield 2. Got some heat for that. But, I just wanted to address that. And my feeling around that was that, I wanted to see how it played out, because when I look at some Battlefield 2 footage, the quality of the camouflage and the degree to which opponents actually blend in with the environment wasn't really that big of a deal. So when an enemy was prone, they were still you could still pick them out fairly easily. So I've been talking to some of my friends who played Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 2142, that sort of thing, and they're assuring me that prone really wasn't a problem, and just having played Bad Company 2, I was just curious to see how it'll play out, as well as how jets will play out. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm on the console and not the PC, and just talk about that a little bit. And so I guess I should talk a little bit about my gaming history. I would have gamed a little bit on some of the very early consoles and played PC games a little bit when I was younger, but I think that the last real PC gaming shooter experience I have would have been Duke Nukem 3D, which was in 1996, and pretty much ever since then I've had a laptop assigned to me for work, or for whatever reason, I've just never had the need to invest in a PC, and so I got one maybe in 2003, but wasn't really happy running Windows, and over time, I just kind of got fed up with it, and I went to Linux in my house and became a Linux user for a few years, and then from there I got into Apple computers because I really enjoyed the functionality when I'm making videos. So that being said, I got into console gaming because my wife got me a console, and she had checked with my friends to see what they were playing. They all had the Xbox, so that's what she got me. And I mentioned that in the other video, but that's how it came to be. And eventually, once I wanted to get the full experience from console, I picked myself up a PS3 to play with friends. And so anyway, that's kind of how I got into console gaming. I wasn't gaming at all until a couple years ago. Now with Bad Company, Bad Company 2, those were actually a spin-off series, and I think Bad Company was a console exclusive, and Bad Company 2, the console version was the lead version, and it was ported to PC. Now for Battlefield 3, that is not the case. The PC version is the lead version of this game. Now it won't be a straight up bad port over to console, they're assuring us. But I really think that, the full experience of Battlefield 3 is probably going to be experienced on the PC. And, I'm not opposed to PC gaming. It's certainly something that I've been thinking a lot about. Now, right now, a gaming rig isn't really in my budget, but by the time Battlefield comes out, or Battlefield 3 comes out, I'm going to reassess that. And I want to take a look at the game to get the most out of it from both platforms. So, I'm going to assess the situation a little bit later on in the year, but I don't want you guys to think that I'm opposed to PC gaming or anything. I've had bad experience with Windows, but beyond that, I think that I'm definitely open to getting the most of the game, bringing the best coverage out of the game, and if I do manage to play some PC games in the meantime, like maybe the old Battlefield 2, something like that, then I'll just let you guys know how I'm making out. So I didn't mean to upset any of the PC players in saying that I had just kind of started Battlefield with Bad Company 2, but in reality, I had just started gaming quite recently, and just haven't had the chance to go back and catch up on all the backlog of titles. So. My apologies if I upset anyone. I think people who argue over one platform versus the other so violently or so vehemently, just need to kind of reassess the situation. We're all gamers. I think that, we all share a common interest, and the platform we choose to play on, yes, the experience can be different from one to the other, but really, it's not relevant, and not everyone can afford to drop a couple of $1,000 on an excellent gaming rig. I think that the console makes gaming more accessible, and to somebody starting out, like myself, gaming in my 30s, it was a little bit more approachable. So, at this point, I'm definitely open to making sure I get the most out of the experience, especially for Battlefield 3. And if that means looking into playing a bit on PC, then I'm going to do that. Now, to my subscribers who are on console, no worries. I will definitely be getting it for the 360 as well, and likely the PS3. So I will be doing full coverage of that game, and I'll put out some more information as it becomes available.